Hey dudes, what's up? My name is Levente and this is Autistic Success. And today I want to talk about a topic which I've had in my mind for quite some time and I finally need to let it out, even though actually I am tired. So, this is the idea, it's coming from physics pretty much, that if you don't have any energy or low energy, in order to gain more, you should actually work, which is sounds like on oxymoron or like contradictory, but let me explain that. So basically, I've had this idea quite some time, maybe due to my engineering science background. If those of you who are from these fields should know that basically the definition of work in physics is that um, the work is there to raise the energy level of systems, or actually you can raise the energy level of any system by putting or adding work to that. And this, I've had the feeling for quite some time, this is very applicable to humans too. So this is my personal experience that in periods of my life in the past where I really was very, very tired, very exhausted, very low energy for a long time, weeks, months, maybe even years, also most of the time combined with depression or anxiety. I didn't have energy to do anything, but because I didn't do or wasn't doing anything, I even had lower and lower energy and got more and more depressed. And then at some point, I figured out that I don't care. I will just do very small things um, with very limited brain capacity or cognitive power, and I will do them. And I don't care how they are, but they are going to be done. And this has turned out to be one of the best ideas in my life, that doing very small tasks, basically where you don't even need cognitive power, you don't need to think about them. These are quick, easy, and it's also very important with a visible, measurable outcome, positive results. So pretty much like household chores or going to the grocery store for like 3 items, and don't care about if you forget anything. You say, I want these 3 items, you go and do it, and done, it's done, and then it's a success. So the point here is that you do very small things where basically you don't use your any of your brain cognitive power, which is very limited either way. And even if you're physically tired, you don't use a lot of physical power either. So you do something which needs very little effort, but you will have positive and immediate results pretty much instantaneously, which are going to bring a positive contribution to your life. And also, they will give you a feeling of success, of achievement, of being useful, of having done something that day. So, as I said, these can be like very little, really mundane chores, like household chores or shopping or whatever, like sending a letter, going to the post, whatever, paying a bill. Or they can also be like small steps, very little, very small steps towards your main goal. Um, so I think Paul Mikala from Autism from the Inside, shout out to him. He has talked about this topic a lot, or at least in many videos, about having low energy and work and play. And his idea is actually that if you don't have energy, you should neither work nor rest, but play. Because he says, and I definitely agree with him, that if you don't have energy and you just rest, you are not going to have more energy after that, or not necessarily. So I think it's a brilliant idea, and it's definitely true in my experience too. And he proposes that you would have to play in this sense, which are activities or doing things which you actually genuinely enjoy and which you only do for yourself for the sake of it, which is definitely true. I do agree with him. I think it works. But I found for myself that oftentimes for me, also doing like these small, mundane, repetitive manual tasks, they also work, or sometimes even work better actually, because I feel like I am actually doing something towards the goal. So in this video, I want to go a step further and say that not only play, but also these small steps of work or repetitive tasks, they can also increase your energy level. Actually, it's also applicable for like big daunting projects like a thesis or like a huge project proposal at work or whatever, like some huge, like an essay, like some huge thing which is so complicated that you don't even know how to start. You have no energy, but you have to do it. So it's going to create more and more anxiety in your head, which will result in even less and less energy. And this is applicable in these cases too. So basically, my strategy here is just to do some very easy things, very easy steps. Let's say opening and saving a Word document, or giving a few titles, or writing a few words, or coming up with some, or not coming up, writing down the ideas which you already have in your mind about that thing. It doesn't need to be good. It doesn't need to be structured. It doesn't need to be clean. Maybe like 1/3, half of it is going to be actually nonsense, or not correct, or not nicely put. But don't care about that. It's also very important. Just do it with the mentality that I don't care, I don't mind, I will do it, and it's done. Boom, and it's over. And the next time you will have already more energy. And next time when you come back to this project or plan or whatever, you will see that you have already done something. So it's going to be easier to continue. And maybe you'll have to correct some things, whatever. But it will give you a feeling that you have already started it, you have already done something, and you're already working toward your goal. So you will have more and more energy. This is something which I personally follow this strategy through my masters, let's say, when I really had low energy and was really on survival mode for years, and I knew that I had to do it to get out, to graduate and get out. And this was my strategy basically for the whole 2 years, and it worked very, very well. I'm not saying that play is bad, because I think that it's a very good idea, and it also works well. But this, at least in my experience, this idea of small, manual, without thinking, immediately visible tasks, be them for your towards your goal, or be them random, like household chores or shopping, they will give you more and more energy as well. And this is a big deal, because then as you have more and more energy, you can start, or you can move on to more and more complicated things. And also, in the meantime, obviously, you have already progressed in your project, or in your timeline, actually. So you are going to be closer. So it will give you more and more energy again. This is also something which I applied, or I've been applying a lot when now working on my smallest business, which I'm about to start, which is like an insanely complex project to start a business, to come up with everything, to design everything, to think about everything. You have to build up something from absolutely nothing, from the scratch. And then it can be very, very daunting, especially if you don't have energy, but you know that you have to build it up. For example, for myself, I want to build this up because through this company, I believe to gain finally freedom from 9 to 5 life. But oftentimes you don't have energy, so then you only do very, very small, very easy tasks, like paying a bill, ordering something which you need, if you need, or writing a few ideas down, or whatever, which are very easy, easily done, immediate result, and they bring you closer to your goal after all. And this will give you a feeling of success, of achievement, that you have done something, and you have eventually more and more energy. So I don't know if I've been clear enough today or not, but this is basically my idea, borrowed from physics. And I have had the experience that, at least for me, it works very, very well. So I'm very happy and keen on hearing your ideas and your feedback, whether you have experienced something similar in your life or not, or what strategies you actually use to increase your energy. Do you only use play or rest, or actually you also use this low level of work? So let me know, and I guess I wish a lot of energy to everyone, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.